Hello, this is Tony Holland, founder and CEO of Global Premier Benefits, an integrity company. Many people ask me in my travels, Tony, you're doing all these great things. You guys are doing a lot of sales, developing incredible teams. I mean, it's unreal what we've accomplished in our organization, but what are you doing to give back? And, being part of Global Premier Benefits, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, we want to always, understand why we're in this business is to change and save lives. And not just, the clients that we serve, which is first and foremost our priority, and that the agents in our organization, but we give back to the communities that we're in on a national level, regional, and local level. And why we do that, because I came from very humble upbringings myself with a single mom. She did the best she could with whatever she had. I knew what it's like to have hand-me-downs and not where we're going to get our next meal, but we made the best of the situation. And I know how important it is, and to be in a challenging situation as a child, as a young adult, and having someone help you through that crisis. So we give back in many ways. We do work with the American Cancer Society on a national level, the National Breast Cancer Foundation, but more importantly on the local level. In my own county, we do work with the Human Services of Carroll County and the Women's Shelter. And why? It's because these are impacting children that are struggling through one of the a very difficult time in their life. In many cases, these kids are spending the holidays, inside these shelters. And what we tried to do is an idea a friend of mine, Scott Melville, came up with, one of my assistant football coaches back when we coached together, is finding ways to improve our community. And it started out as, Scott and I dressing up as elves, and we had a friend be Santa Claus, and we brought our kids in, and, we handed out gifts to these kids that were living in a shelter. And it was shocked me. The first one we did, it was like 90 kids that were impacted, back then, with the economy. And, it was back in 2008. I think many of us remember that. And then from then, it just took off. It's like, what can we do to do more? So we've added Kennedy Krager. There were kids in those hospitals with the Kennedy Krager Institute that, were sick with terminal, life-threatening illnesses and wouldn't be out for the holidays. So we made sure we dressed up again as Santa Claus and as elves and went out to the hospital and visited with these kids, many of them from different countries. I remember one specific young lady was a teenager that had a late stage cancer, and she was from Saudi Arabia, and she was a devout Muslim, but you should have saw her eyes light up when we walked in dressed as Santa Claus and offered her a gift, and the tears in her family's eyes, and just making a difference. And even on a more intimate level, the Jordan McNair Foundation. Jordan McNair was that athlete at University of Maryland that died from heat exhaustion on the practice field. His dad was one of my agents, and it was a huge tragedy, and we wanted to make sure those young adults were going to not have to go through that again. So we made massive changes on that level by helping out the Jordan McNair Foundation, and there's many others. The Maryland Catholic Women's Conference. My wife is one of the chair people of the Maryland Catholic Women's Conference. We've helped out with Big Guidepost. You name the charity. Solid Ground we've worked with. The Children's Home. So there's numerous out there. So I think it's so important for any of us out there. God has us here for a reason. Making money and driving a sports car and having a nice homes, all that's great. Getting that big renewal checks. I mean, I have team members getting, 6-figure renewal checks and, some even 7-figure renewal checks. That's all well and good. But what are you doing to give back? How are you impacting the community? What are you doing for the church? What are you doing for the shelter? We have teams that actually volunteer, at food banks. As a matter of fact, with our great company, Integrity, we actually help people with whatever charity they have. And we pick charities, throughout the year that if it's one of your charities, we'll help with whatever you need there, whether you need volunteers. We've done, we've had opportunities to help build homes. Integrity is incredible in that regards, that we'll help you with your charities and help you build a tremendous value in the communities that you're servicing. So I think charity work is very important. You got to learn to give back. And I also believe in tithing. Whatever you put out, I always believe comes back. And I think God will bless you tenfold when you're making a difference in somebody else's life, especially children in the world that need it more now than ever. So I want to thank you for allowing me to share. If you ever want to reach out and talk to me, and you have some other ideas you want to even give to me in terms of how we can impact your community, or if you're interested in possibly coming to work with us in whatever capacity. I mean, we're looking for good people all the time that have that type of spirit that, want to make a difference in the world, want to give back. You can reach me at any time. Unlike a lot of people in our industry, they're at the top of the rung. I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot those days when we struggled as a family, of my mom and my little brother. I know what it's like to not have food to eat, and that's why I've never forgot, where I came from. That's why I committed myself. Something I didn't mention earlier is about a lot of the football programs I've worked with, and I've actually started, different leagues, because if it wasn't for my football coaches back in the day, growing up from 6 years old on, I even remember my very first football coach, Mark Turner, and he inspired me to at 6 years old now to be involved in something special, and I give back. So I spent 13 years coaching. We won multiple championships, got multiple kids playing at the next level in college. I've helped out even with other programs out there that want some insight how you can do what we did. I mean, we won 13 championships and 5 state championships. How did you do all that? And it was just a passion to give back to what was given to me. I had the blessing to use that football, that pigskin, to take me to the next level, and I got the chance to play 4 years of college football at Johns Hopkins University. So, it's just my way of giving back and making a difference in the world, and that's all we try to do at Global Premier Benefits. We really want to live by our mission statement. It's not a full paragraph. It's really one line. Really, it's 4 words. Change and save lives. That's what we're about. So if you want to reach out to me, call me anytime, 443-253-3634. I do better by text, just so you know, and I will get back to you by the end of the day. That's something I'm known for. I'm very hands-on. I'm more of a coach than an IMO. I love coaching people up. I love mentoring people. I love making a difference in people's lives. Call me. Text me, 443-253-3634. Look forward to talking to you and working with you very soon. Thank you, and be blessed.